Hey, good morning. I'm actually quite glad I got the 9:30 slot. I feel like the caffeine's cresting. You guys don't have any emails yet, so you should be all pretty juiced for this demo, which is something I'm grateful for. To introduce myself, I'm Romeo, a program designer at LaunchFire. I'm here today to talk about digital adoption. So, as you all know, FIs are struggling to get people to adopt their tech, and the biggest reason for that is Fintech can be extremely convenient, but change isn't. Especially when it comes to money, change can actually be a huge pain in the butt for actually disturbing how people's behavior works. And we believe that change really has to come from the front line of your bank. And that's because for most people, the front line actually is your bank. And they aren't motivated or interested in learning how to use your digital products, much less actually recommend them confidently. Making matters worse, an ever-changing workforce can be tricky to motivate with, to be honest, really boring, kind of crappy learning. And that's why LaunchFire built this game-based transformation platform to motivate staff, increase knowledge retention, and improve confidence with products so that people can actually have the right conversations with real clients and feel confident actually recommending those products to them. We really believe game-based learning is the future, and while some banks will stay ahead of the curve, some will certainly be left behind. What we're looking at here is kind of the centerpiece of our platform. It's a narrative game that would be premised on all the most addictive mobile experiences. You basically earn points and then spend them on boosters to try and build the world's greatest bank. And the entire focus of this game is just to get people to come back for about 5 minutes a day to really master your latest and greatest digital products. So let's get into how it actually works and how the learning functions. So this is the course screen. Our system knows who you are. So if you're a phone channel, you wouldn't expect to get any retail content. It's got all the modern social bells and whistles, but the focus is really on the learning. One neat thing about our system is you can reward users for really completing any content. So if you've got great but currently unused PDFs, videos, or LMS content, you can plug it into our system, and people will be rewarded in the game environment for actually going through it. But you can also build cool game-based content using our authoring system. Our sort of formula is game-based learning modules to teach you the raw materials, role-play scenarios to get you comfortable, and then product simulators to really make you understand how it works. So I'm going to quickly first run through one of those product simulators. Now this will be a little different than most of the ones you guys use. I know most banks use sort of a follow the blinking light, passive demo system. The way ours works is a lot more active. There's actually a challenge involved. Here this is mobile remote deposit capture, and you've got to deposit $698. Now this is Canadian dollars, so it's actually about $1.50, but let me plug it in. And to understand and get through the round, you actually have to master and understand this content. So you're not just sort of passively looking at it, you're really getting your hands dirty and figuring out how the product works and how you can use it to your advantage in the future. Because what you really want to do is change behavior and get people to be confident recommending those products and walking through them with the user on their device. They've really got to understand it beyond a passive sense. You can see I really bungled this demo 4 days ago, but I've been acing it in the practice rounds since. The next thing I'm going to look at is one of our game-based rounds. So this one is particularly useful for when you've got long-form content that's currently languishing in your server and you'd like people to actually read it and make sure they've read it and understand it in context. So you just copy-paste your content into our system and find where those errors are. And what the user has to do is actually find the mistakes and then correct them in context. So this is better than in an LMS, people just sort of say they read a PDF. It's kind of an honor system setup. Here you've got to make sure that they actually understand it to be able to move through and graduate to the next content. Now, this is one of our game-based rounds. We've got about 10, and they're all very different learning experiences. And we try to add one every quarter, just so the system stays kind of fresh and exciting for users. This one I've been all over the place. So I'm going to quickly look at our author system, just so you can see how easy it is to sort of pen through this content. So let me tab over. So we really designed it to be used by not necessarily learning professionals in banks. We often don't work with the L&D team for many of our clients. We go directly to the product owners and business lines. And to set up a round, it's as simple as picking which type of step you'd like, entering some info about it, what the user is going to learn. It's kind of just some simple details so they understand it. Oops, forgot to say how difficult this step is. And then a unique user interface pops up. This one's for the spot the error game that we just looked at. So typically what you do is just copy paste your content into this, but because I'm writing my own, I'll write something that is absolutely true into this box, that I am very handsome. And then what you do is you find where those errors should be, highlight that word, and add deviation. So I'll enter words that are definitely not true, like chubby and underdressed. I'm a jacket optional kind of guy. And then when the user goes in, they'll see one of those mistakes rather than the actual real learning content. So what's fun about it is it's easy to put up. You can have a course up in about 20 minutes, a simple one like this, and it's endlessly malleable on the administrator's side, and you can put unlimited content on our system. What a lot of banks that we work with end up doing is they start by using our system as a digital transformation platform and then start migrating other content onto it. So we'll often see information security and compliance content end up on the system as well, simply because other groups see the results. And with our tracking and analytics suite, we can really see how well our system works and the ROI that we're able to get. So it's been pretty edifying to see that users who go through our system and who play with our platform are 91% more likely to recommend digital products to clients than people who have not gone through it. And with our clients, we've been able to increase person-to-person transfers and mobile remote deposit capture by 14% and 15% respectively, while also getting call times down and reducing net number of calls to the call center. So we really do believe that game-based learning is the future, and I'd love to see how it can work for all the FIs in the room. Thank you very much.